You came to New York with big dreams and you didn't get noticed for a while. And then the second you did get noticed, the second you tried to rap, everyone told you were crazy. And not just everyone, the top experts of rap in hip hop. You became like a. They're not going to get to 50 years old.
It's like, boo!
Right. One thing I've noticed about people as I've gotten a little older is that if a strategy has been working for someone their entire life, they're not going to get to 50 years old or 40 years old and suddenly change it when it stops working.
Right.
So if you're Kanye, you're a random kid from Chicago and you became like a decent producer, but like everyone else, you came to New York with big dreams and you didn't get noticed for a while. And then the second you did get noticed, the second you tried to rap, everyone told you were crazy. And not just everyone, the top experts of rap in hip hop, Jay-Z's record label, the people that would most know, say, look, Kanye, you're a good producer, but take it from us. We're the top experts in the world. You don't want to get into the rap game. And he says, you know what? I'm going to do the really dumb thing and say, no, you're all wrong. And then he becomes not just a good rapper, but the best rapper in history, right? So this strategy of a bunch of people that are the smartest people, and then, by the way, he did the same thing with fashion. Everyone, the smartest people in the world said, Kanye, you're a great rapper, but trust us. We know more than anyone in the world about this industry. You can't make it. And then he does it better than them. So a guy for whom that strategy has been working, he's just been calling his shot like Babe Ruth over and over again and getting it every time against the odds. He's not going to wake up at 45 years old and when people say, you can't vote for Trump, he's going to say, yeah, actually, I should listen to them this time.
Right. Good point.
And I've noticed this about other people too. It's like if they have some weird strategy that's really worked for them, you can't tell them to change it halfway through their life.
Yeah.
And Elon's the same way. I think it's precisely connected to his extreme success of all the ventures that were supposed to fail, that had you put anyone else at the helm, they would have failed. Tesla, SpaceX, just constantly having the smartest people in the world tell him he can't do something and then doing it. He's immune to a chorus of very smart, well-meaning people telling him, don't say that, don't do this.
Right.
Because it's worked for him his whole life. And so I think the point is the flaws people point out in these people, they may be genuine flaws, but they are the flip side of the coin of their success.
Yes.
They're inseparable.
Such a good point.
Yeah.
Such an important point. And, I think when people get in a situation like we've never seen a person get in a situation like Kanye, where he was one of the biggest entertainers on the planet Earth, if not the biggest. And then all of a sudden becomes persona non grata. But that's never really happened before like that. Over words. And a guy who clearly has a penchant for saying things that are outrageous. And he's always done that. And he clearly goes on rants, where I don't even know if he knows where he's going sometimes. Like, he went on a crazy rant when he met with Trump. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I did.
It's one of my favorites. Because Trump is so happy that Kanye is there. He's like, this is great. This is great. I'm just going to listen. Like, if Kanye was opposed to him and was saying the same kind of things, how do you think Trump would respond? It's like,
yeah, he would.
What are you talking? Where did you get your education? What kind of talk is this? And see, instead, he's like sitting there going, okay, like Trump's smart. He's sitting there, he's letting Kanye rant. And Kanye is trying to change Make America Great Again to Make America Great or something, or Keep America. I forget what he was going, but he had this idea in his head that he had this was bad for black people, and we want to make it change into this thing. And like, it's just a wild dude. He's a wild dude. I think he's a bad person. He's not a bad person by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't think he's going to be persona non grata forever.
No, he's talented, man. That motherfucker will put out a new album, and it'll be a banger.
Everyone will listen to it, and for most people, all will be forgiven. Especially, I think people will give him a pass because of mental illness. Like, I don't think he'll be canceled forever.
No, he's too good.
Yeah,
he's too good. To this day, people listen to Michael Jackson music. Yeah. To this day. I Want to Rock With You comes on, and everybody goes, oh, man. You don't think oh, that's that guy who went crazy and had wild facial reconstructive surgery and may or may not have molested kids.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that. You think that guy was so fucking good. When Beat It comes on, you don't, you don't think about those things.
Doesn't matter.
It's pretty.
I do remember there was like 1 week where people considered not listening to Michael Jackson, and then everyone at the same time was like,
too good.
It's too good.
It's too good. It's too good. Got to be starting something. When you hear some of those songs, you're like, God damn, that dude was good.
Yeah.
He was so good that they played him on rock and roll radio in Boston. I remember I was in Boston, and it was WCOZ, which was like the local rock station we would all listen to. It was mostly like classic rock, like Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin and shit. And the DJ comes on. This is back when DJs can still play whatever they wanted to play. And he came on and he said, look, I know this isn't rock and roll, but I'm going to play it anyway because it's so good.
Trust me.
And he played Billie Jean.
Ugh.
And it was so good that people didn't give a fuck that it was Michael Jackson. They didn't think it was disco or any. They didn't give it a label. They're like, wow.
Yeah.
Undeniable. Just undeniable. And that's Kanye. Kanye's got some bangers.
Oh, yeah.
I got Kanye in about 10 songs on my Green Room playlist. And when we're in the mothership and those songs come on, everybody's like, oh, shit, here's another one. He had so many of them. So many of them. So many of them. And that's that same mind. That same mind that says crazy shit. That same mind is just fucking going. It's just going in a bunch of different directions with like a fucking 1,000 horsepower engine, and we're out here in Civics.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's going on.
The rest of us are not like that.
No,
you know, I mean,
we're different. We're different, and we need people like that. We just need them to not say things that hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
And don't say things that disparage entire groups of people. And I don't think he means to do that. I don't think anybody. I don't think he's a bad person by any stretch of the imagination, but I think we have to recognize that there's some mental illness that is extremely beneficial. Yeah. And that when these people are behaving and expressing themselves in a certain way, they're just unwell. And it might be momentarily. There's people that get into manic states and they say things, and then they have to call people back and say, I'm so sorry. I was freaking out. I'm not supposed to be drinking, and I drank, and I'm on this medication, and I fucked up. And it's like, yeah, okay. But as a society, just cast someone out. Like Adidas stopped their contracts with them, and everybody stopped doing business with them. It's like, wow.